Hello, everybody. We're a couple minutes early. Gives people some time to come in, and I'm already freezing up. Um, the first part of this show is going to be just me, so I'm going to be winging this. I did have somebody scheduled for tonight. You guys, many of you probably know him, Eddie Johnson of Ed and Jenny's Paranormal. Um, but most of us all know anyway that his mother recently passed away. Today was her memorial. I did offer him to come next week because I knew it probably wouldn't. You know, you know how that goes. Anyway, so it did get to him today, and he asked to go ahead and cancel today. So I am actually bringing Jonathan Meyers on here in a little bit. He has to go home though before he can join in. So anyways, so it's just me for a little bit, and then Jonathan will be joining us later. Um, Not really sure what to talk about when it's just me. This is really awkward. Um, I don't know. Hey, Dina. Um, but anyway, hello, Ruben. Like, I feel weird, like, and on the spot. Like, how many of these shows have I done so far? Like 28 of them now. And hey, Tammy. But doing this on my own is like weird. Like I don't know what to say or do. um, so I mean, maybe the best thing to do is just like if you guys have anything that you want me to talk about, just throw it in the comments, and then that'll give me something to talk about. Okay, I'm not talking about myself. What am I going to share? Everybody knows everything about me. Ruben, gosh. Um, but eh, Dina, Vicky just wrote back. She goes, "Well, shit." um, I was trying to get Dina on a little earlier because Vicky thought it would be quite comical to have Dina and Jonathan together. Because well, Dina is funny as it is, and Jonathan he has his own sense of humor, and uh, so it would have been a good mix though. But uh, Dina's got company tonight, so that's kind of out. But if anybody was wondering how I got my trophy husband, I told him I farted, and it was just fate from there. So that was all. Um, but I think most everybody knows how we all got started here, so I'm not going to share about all that. But Tammy, if you have any questions, um, if you're still here, I would be happy to answer any of them, as well as anybody in the comments too. Since I'm the only one that kind of knows who you are anyway, this is your moment to shine, baby. The fateful fart. And so the irony in that is I didn't actually fart. I just called him and said that. Ruben, he is the youngest of seven. And whenever his family would get into like arguments and rivalries and stuff like that, he would break up the tension by just announcing to everybody, I farted. And everybody would like start laughing. And I met Ruben through my best friend Carla and her at the time boyfriend, Jack. Jack is Ruben's brother. And anything you can think of, Tammy, we're here for that. Um, anyway, and so Jack and Carla had told me that's what he does. And I was like, I don't even know what to say. They were trying to get us together. And so, like, I don't even know what to say. And they were like, just get on the phone and just say, this is Liz and I farted. So that's exactly what I did. I got on the phone and I was like, this is Liz and I farted. And apparently Ruben was just like, I'm going to marry that girl. And I was like, You're psycho. But flatulent fate.
I'm over here tearing up thinking about it.
Are you really?
No.
Oh,
I'm like,
I was like, oh my lord. So, let me ask you all this. As people who do have their hands in the paranormal world, what are your guys' thoughts on um, vortexes? Is that the word I'm looking for?
portals?
Portals. Thank you. Portals. Um, I have a reason for asking this. This is actually for somebody I know who thinks that they may. Uh, no, I'm winging it until Jonathan comes on. Oh, here we go. Tammy says, I guess my first question would be, have you had any shows talking to legitimate mediums or clairvoyants that could share their expertise? So there was that one lady I told you I would reach out for you. I don't know. I guess she probably never got back to you. But there is the one lady who I feel like she probably is legit. Our team leader, well, she's not necessarily a medium or clairvoyant. She's actually an empath. I think a lot of women are empath, though. I'm starting to discover. But it's not exactly the same or what you're looking for. Um, but Dina, do you know of anybody who's a legitimate medium? Dina says, I believe in them since there's so much in physics we don't know or understand, but after saying that, they'd have to identify one. Thank you, Vicky. And Ruben, Amy is not a real person to us, though. She's looking for somebody to actually talk to.
Oh.
Hey, Daryl. So she's literally looking for an actual medium. If anybody knows of one that you know, define legit, just that legit. Like have you talked to them, and when you talk to them, did they provide information that was accurate? Hi, Anita. Um, have they proven their authenticity? Oh, well, hi, John. You're supposed to come on, John. Um,
John driving and texting?
oh, I bet you he is. I bet he's watching from his truck. Hey, Andrea. Um, so Tammy, I know you believe in portals. I was actually going to try to see if anybody had any expertise in portals to share their information about. Yeah, Dina, I don't know any chip coffees. Yes, I sent him the link. Um, so, anyways, yeah, I realized, John. Sorry. um, but anyways, so okay. Ruben says that portals exist in physics, but we don't have an understanding of them. So, with that said, that um, so obviously then portals do exist, but what I'm asking is if anybody has any experience with them. Um, shed a little light on their experience with them and a little more understanding, for understanding of what they do and how they affect the environment. Hey, Joe. Um, and how they affect people's homes. So let's say I have a friend who owns some property and she has several tiny homes set up in it, right? And she's living in one tiny home. One of the kiddos is living in another tiny home, but on the back corner of this property is the original home that was sold with the property. They don't live in that home simply because they feel like it's a portal there. They said it's just a lot of things that are constantly happening. There's a lot of activity that they can't explain, that sort of thing. So they ended up moving out of that house to move into the tiny homes. She was wanting a little clarification as to how the portal works and how the portal can affect them and their property and their homes and such. Okay. So Dina's tested out some mediums on YouTube, but she can't say too much. I'm not sure what she means by that. Maybe their findings, but avoid anyone who wants money. Yes, 100%. Um, I think that's the general consensus, Ruben, is that a portal is the gateway to the spirit world, and from the spirit world, the whole. But like, how do you think they get started? You know, do you think that a lot of bad things have happened and just kind of created this rip in time and space, or that? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Una says, "Ooh, portals. I think as we know them are just a way to connect from one location to another, like out in the universe." Yeah. So, do you know? Do you have any? Ruben, you can share on that. Have they discovered how portals were created out in space? The ones that, or in physics, you said that have been created.
Um, so the ones that we observe, they randomly pop in and out of our space time. Um, they're part of the Higgs boson field, and are actually that's the field that's responsible for the Big Bang. So them popping in and out of our reality is uh, something that we're trying to study, but we don't have the ability to understand yet.
Okay. Would you think that portals are the reason for all of the things that we have talked about? Was like people slipping through time, different parallel universes and stuff like that? You think that's what the portals are?
Well,
Make sure you speak up so they can hear you.
with our rudimentary understanding of them, it would very easily be something that could move you through space and time, because of those two things are related in a mathematical equation. And when these portals or vortexes or whatever you want to call them, when they show up, they disrupt that and they have another connection that we can't see, that's another space time. So I don't know about the spiritual world being a physical place, but if it is, I could see it very easily being a connection to the spirit world
Okay.
in a different universe. It would have to be in a different uh, quantum universe.
I don't know if anybody caught that. I'm hoping everybody caught it. So it was a lot of stuff that I don't understand. So I'm hoping you all heard Ruben. Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, Gage, if you're watching, Skinwalker. So Daryl says, so you think spirits don't really have limits with time? I agree with Dina on this one. I don't. I think in the spiritual world that there is no such thing as time. I feel like time is a man-made construct as it is. Um, yes, the day rises and it, ends, but I feel like when we are not in the human world where we are told that we need to maintain, schedules and appointments and you must have a cicada rhythm, you must do this, you must do that, or whatever. I think that time no longer is relevant. Oh, thank you, Anita. Okay, so they did hear you, baby doll.
Okay.
Tammy says, when it comes to space and time continuums, I am so lost. Girl, Ruben is the man for that. He's so smart, it's ridiculous. Winding. It's the whole dimensional stuff that makes my brains want to implode. It's because we haven't observed it. Oh, Wendigo. Wendingo.
Winnebago.
Winnebago. Um, well, I totally lost my train of thought. But anyways, Tammy, Ruben has like this brain full of just stuff. All the time he's got stuff. It's full of stuff. That's all I can say. It's not gray matter. It's just knowledge that none of us actually need every day. But he is very smart. Okay, so if you ever have any questions or whatever, you can always reach out to him too about those sorts of things. So it is very complicated and it's very overwhelming, I guess. Jonathan should be coming on here pretty soon. Tammy wants to know, Ruben, if there are equipment to actually see the energies or paranormal stuff.
I mean,
Speak up.
it's the right now it's just based in experimenting and in opinion. Um, to actually see these vortices, there's equipment that it is extremely expensive, very large, and only owned by governments. Um, so it would have to appear over the sensor. It wouldn't be something they could take to where you think one would be.
I'm hoping you guys heard that. Um, Daryl wants to know, why are you not on my show, Ruben? Daryl wants to know, so could spirits visit a time before they were alive? That's a good question.
I mean, if they're the thing is
I
that a
think they
spirit,
have to exist in a timeline, though, right?
a spirit would be as our concept of spirits is, a spirit would exist outside of time, so it would see everything all at once.
Okay,
So
theoretically.
theoretically, yeah. So it would, if you're outside of the time, which spirits would be, every time would happen all the time. And another weird anomaly like that is that we've proven is at absolute zero, time stops. So if we freeze something to the point of no more movement at the molecular
The
level,
molecular, yeah.
then time for that object stops and doesn't exist. So do spirits exist at absolute zero? Maybe. Or maybe they are set at a hot temperature that all the time is exposed to them simultaneously. It's all theoretical, it's all a guess, but um, I mean, I personally think that if we leave our bodies in the form of a energy pattern, that would be something within the realm of possibility.
Everybody catch that? Right, Dina. I think that's exactly what he's getting at. She said, I think spirits can use portals to travel between dimensions, but not in our 3D world as we know it.
No, that too.
Oh, even in the 3D world.
Yeah, it's space and time that these little vortexes that pop up, they have one end in one space time and another end in another space time.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I forgot about that theory, Vicky. Sorry, she was going back to how portals might be created. She said it's been said that two mirrors facing each other can open a portal.
Okay, that is called the Kashmir effect.
Kashmir effect, he said.
And it's the function of virtual photons producing a force that creates a weird anomaly in our space-time.
So Ruben just explained it. I'm hoping you guys heard. Dina goes, but why? So hopefully it got to her.
Okay.
She said, "Oh, no. I think she's saying it to Vicky, saying about the two mirrors. I don't know how space time works in the spirit world. None of us do. It's like he said, it's all theoretical. It's just calculated guesses based on physics. So, but it's way deeper than I can understand or comprehend, or even relay back to you from what he's saying. I heard a few words in there. I heard portal and spirits. I think that was about it.
But my girl Amy can tell you everything.
Tammy, that's really. You want to share a little more on that? Is it because of the possibility of creating portals? I'm going to say I lost a viewer for some reason, Ruben. It's crazy. What Tammy said in the comments, though, was our family will not allow mirrors in our homes at all. Dina, look, I have enough problems with grocery math. I can't do this shit. Sometimes Ruben is too smart for his own good. He lacks a lot of common sense, but book smart, man. This guy's a genius, I'm telling you. I'm waiting to see if Tammy says anything back to my question. I'm not talking. Ruben is very, very smart if we just give him a chance to shine. Anita says she don't like mirrors either. Is that why though, Anita? Do you have a thing about like a fear of portals being created or anything like that? Tammy says we don't allow them because a certain family member can see energies and spirits in them. Oh, you told me that. I forgot about that.
That's really cool.
It's scary to them.
No, I'm not trying
it's to say awesome. It's an awesome ability, yes, but it's scary to that person.
But it's like
open back up my show, sir.
It's like they can see. So every mirror produces things called virtual photons, and only mirrors produce them. And for her to only see an energy in mirrors, that's like really cool.
Are you catching that, Tammy? He says, in case you guys didn't hear, mirrors produce
virtual photons.
Virtual protons. Photons that
only mirrors produce them.
Only mirrors produce.
And it's not great that it scares her, but it's awesome that she can see that.
He said it's awesome that she can see that. Only mirrors can produce
PHO.
I don't care. You just got to do a whole show on scientific stuff. That's what's going to happen.
But it's like she has extra receptors in her eyes or something, like that she can see those, because that's something we've only been able to define with math.
She did clarify though that she can see them everywhere, not just in the mirrors.
Oh,
okay. Vicky said, I have literally seen one mirror that I felt was an issue. Asked client to turn one facing the wall. Remember, it was in a closet and the door. It would always open by itself, so it was facing a full-length one. I do remember that one, too. Proton, neutron, molecular drizzle. Dean is absolutely 100% correct on that. That's what I'm hearing, too. Girl, we got it. Um, but yeah, so the thing is about I wish I can just bring Tammy on because she has so many questions, guys. And she joined this because she wants to learn from it, and um, they're they they are theorizing that more than one person in that family is gifted. Okay, and so they're trying to figure out more, understand it better, that sort of thing. Charlie Brown's teacher. Womp, 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 womp. Um, and so, a lot of these questions that I'm coming up with is because I'm trying to find this very nice lady the answers, at least some sort of real direction. And if we talk too much about, or if we get too technical, Ruben, sometimes it might get lost on some people. So while you're very smart, can you put it in layman's terms at all for her? Because I don't understand half of what you're saying, and I don't know. Are you? Oh, okay, perfect. So apparently, Tammy, Ruben's talking to you. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to discuss.
Well, I said, Amy said the gifted people draw in spirits.
Oh, well, yeah. I think I actually told her that one as well when we were talking. Was you're like a lighthouse, you're like a beacon, so to speak. And when there's more than one of you in that house, you know, or yeah. Um, Virtual phone home, Ruben. Tammy, I have considered being a guest on your show and have been given permission to do so if you have an availability for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will get with you after the show. Okay. We'll bring you on. If you're not opposed, I might try to bring on several other paranormal investigators too, so that you can have your answers answered or your questions answered directly from different perspectives because none of us are 100% right. And then, hey, Wendy girl. And then, exactly, Ruben. Um, and then that way, anybody who comes on will also get, they can listen to and then they will learn from it as well. Okay. But send me a message. Don't let me forget. Okay. I know that we were supposed to get together for coffee sometime soon anyway, so we need to get that arranged too. Um, but anyway, Jonathan should be joining us soon. He said it would be about 20 minutes before he gets home. I did send him the link. I don't think he's home yet, though, because he's not trying to get in. So, Wendy girl, you came in a little later, but you missed some really scientific smart language stuff that I couldn't even relay because I'm just not there, But you know why, Dina? Because you make people laugh. You make them feel happy. Oh, that was your uh, first real, I guess, paranormal experience. Oh, that's right. Windy girl, did you come to find out who hates the mashed potatoes? Because I know you know already. But she's been coming on our show. Yes, you did. Well, that guest will be on here in a little bit. We're just waiting for him to come in. He had to get off work. So, also, if any of you missed the very beginning, um, I did have the show scheduled with Eddie Johnson, of course, and you guys know Eddie and Jen's Paranormal. Everybody, I think, knows that Eddie's mother recently passed away, and she was having her memorial service was today, and I had offered. I didn't know it was today, but when he told me that it was today, I did offer to move his show to next week He was like, no, it's fine. It's cool. You know how he is. He's so positive and stuff. But he did message me. He needed to go ahead and cancel for tonight. And so last minute, I was able to get John from Cops to come on so that he can talk about a particular place he had mentioned in passing about a church he wanted to go investigate. And so, um, oh, Wendy. Um, and so that's what he's coming on for. Uh, it's just see, to talk about that. So, but if everybody could just kind of send some love and light toward Jen and Eddie, that would be great. It's hard to lose your mama. Let's talk about that for a moment. I lost my mom in 2015, and uh, most of you guys know that I'm very skeptical about all of this. I have to see it in front of me to believe that these things actually happen and exist. And more than once after my mother passed away, I felt like somebody had come up to the side of the mattress and like nudged it. There was just like a little, of the mattress. And it didn't happen like, several nights in a row. It didn't happen immediately or anything like that. But it just, I don't know. I think maybe the first time happened 3 or 4 months after she passed away, and then it didn't happen again for like another year or something. What about you all? I know several of us in this chat has lost our mothers or fathers, and yeah, you don't get over it. It just gets easier. Um, you learn to live in a world where they don't exist. And that was my biggest turmoil when my mother passed away was if she doesn't exist in the world, how do I even exist? You know, um, yep. I think that's true, Tammy. And you don't. It's hard to perceive uh, a universe in which your lifeline, the thing that brought you into this world, should, if it's not here, what is your tether? Almost. How did you exist if she doesn't? You know, and it's a hard thing to deal with. Um, I have not lost my father, so I don't know. I can't compare, but my father and I were not always close. And Ruben says, when I lost my, it moved up too much. When I lost my grandpa, I had the most vivid dream of my life where he came and said goodbye to me 2 months later. Dina, I am dealing with a great decline. Parents are both here, but both have dementia and health declining. That's got to be awful. My mom lived with me the last 2 years of her life. A few weeks later, she did visit me. And what was that like, Wendy girl? Anita, both of my parents have passed away. I just recently lost my mom a few months ago. That is awful, Anita. I'm so sorry to hear that, babe. It's sad. It is hard. Like I said, I've not lost my father, so I can't compare. But I also know that my father was not necessarily my creator. Yes, he had a hand in it, so to speak, but we didn't have a relationship. You know what I mean? Like that. And so sorry for your life, Ruben.
I typoed.
I think you meant to say loss. Yeah. Yeah, trying to take the car keys. Yes, I was wondering how that went. How did that go, Dina? It's just silent because I'm waiting for a comment to come up. um, okay, Tammy. My mother spent most of her time with us, and approximately 6 months before she passed away, she began to see the energies and spirits in my house. I honestly don't know if she had the ability to before. And that's the question. They say young children have abilities, um, because they're not warped yet by the world. What if our innocence returns upon passing, too, that we aren't blocked by all of these things that have ruined us as humans? What if on our way out, we're open? Um, Dina, I was asking how it went trying to take the keys from your dad. Anita, I wasn't very close to my father either, but my mother was always there for us kids. They had 12, but one passed away at birth. My goodness. Whoo, that's a lot of kids. So, Anita, did it affect you differently, though, if you weren't close to your father? Um, was that loss, did it feel as significant as losing your mother? Wendy Girl, I heard and felt someone walk down the hall one night and open my brother's door. I thought it was, oh, okay, my brother. Oh, dang it. Keep scrolling up too fast. Oh, sorry guys, I'm getting there. Gotta get back to the comments. Okay, let's do it this way. I heard and felt someone walk down the hall one night and open my brother's door. I thought it was my brother, but I didn't see. Oh, I didn't hear no more. So I called him and he was still at work. I know it was her. Ruben says, in regard to somebody passing away and being able to see things, or maybe life slows down enough that we notice things we dismiss normally. That's kind of where I'm getting at, with that statement was we're not blinded, so to speak, by the world, you know, because she walked heavy. She walked heavy, and it was. Oh, and this sound was as well. Okay. Dina, my mom sees faces of people who have died and people she doesn't know. She says they talk or seem to yell, but she doesn't hear anything. Dina, did she, before the dementia and the aging kicked in, though, was she seeing these things as well? Oh, Jonathan has joined. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to add him on here, guys. Hi.
Hey, sorry, sorry I'm late. I just had got home.
Nope, you're okay. No worries. We're talking about losing our parents, because Eddie, his mother's memorial was today, and so we were talking about how significantly it impacts us, and if anybody's had any visits from their deceased parents. Vicky, I also took care of my dad until he passed, and my mom came to him before he passed many times, and I have 2 cops and 2 EMTs that witnessed it also. And Anita shares that it was harder to lose her mother.
Yeah,
I think that Jonathan might be an exception to his losing his parents. I think it's going to affect him when it's his father's time to go,
yeah,
like like it is us with our mothers.
yeah. My mother done passed, so it was kind of hard when she went, and she did come back and visit me.
She did. That's what. Yeah, and that's. How do you know she came and visit you? What was
I was, I was actually in bed sleeping, and my wife woke me up and told me that I was talking. Then I told her who I was talking to. She was standing at the foot of my bed. And yeah, just like
that's,
we was sitting right here.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That is really awesome. I was telling them that I think my mother may have come to visit me after she passed away, but it wasn't like a significant, um,
yeah,
like, oh my God, I'm here, But for some reason, my mattress, it felt like somebody had jostled it, a couple times, and hey, Betty. And can you see the comments okay?
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, everybody's saying hey to you. Um, but it wasn't nothing significant at all. But the loss was significant, and I feel for Eddie.
Yeah.
So I feel for anybody who's lost their mother or father for that matter. I mean, a lot of people are very close to their fathers.
Yeah, it's just like now when if my dad passes, probably be the end of cops. Because I
I
won't be
know.
I
I
won't find nobody to ride shotgun with me, be with me and stuff. So it might be end of cops.
I hate that though.
Yeah.
Well, we love you. Wendy Girl says she had heard when a loved one first visits your dream after they pass, it means they've reached the other side. Wendy Girl, what are your thoughts on this though? Before my mother passed, like literally the day before, you keep in mind my mother was diabetic. She was a double amputee. She was missing her fingers. She was very very sick. And the day before she passed away, I had a dream that she was walking out of her nursing uh, the door out of her room. I don't know what I'm losing my train of thought, but it
Yeah.
was like the door wasn't there really. It was just this big glow of light, and my mother reached her hand through the light, looked back at me, and smiled, and just walked through the door.
Yeah.
And she never did wake up after that. Um,
Yeah. My mom, it was like at 12 o'clock at night when all mine happened. And my wife was hitting me and just about pushed me out of bed. Said you're talking in your sleep, and I don't know what we were talking about, but she said I started crying after that, and then I guess I cried myself to sleep. I reckon so. I
Aw.
don't know what was.
It's so weird losing parents. And I was saying earlier, I think it's like, how do we exist when we know our parents aren't here? That was our tether. That's what put us here in the first place. And if
Yeah,
they're not here, who are we? How do we exist? You know.
yeah.
So, all right. Now that Jonathan is here with us, hi, John.
Hey,
Um, so I appreciate you coming on. I know this was a last minute ask of you. He was still at work actually when I contacted him, and I didn't know. But um, so John, tell us about this church that you had mentioned that you were thinking about investigating.
it's a African American church. It does have a cemetery across the road. They don't use it no more. It's just like an old barn, and it's half of us done like falling in and stuff like that, and we often investigate the outside of it because it's too dangerous to go in. But we've actually got some crazy stuff there that night, and me and my cousin was the only one to know that there was piano inside the church, and we didn't tell nobody that. So here we went on and started investigating, and across the phasma box was the piano sound, and that's what we want to go back for. We want to see what all is going on again and stuff like that.
Right,
Mm.
right. I hate that church probably has a fairly large historical significance. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Given the region you guys are in, and that it was primarily an African American church or whatever. I'd hate that like the historical society hasn't gotten it, and then like try to restore it and try to preserve it. You
yeah.
know.
There's a there was a like a black shadow that was floating between the windows because the windows was offset, and you had to get like this side so you can see the other window. And as you look through to see the light from the other side, and you see something just blacked it out, then all of a sudden it went on across.
That's amazing, though. I would
Crazy.
love to check out that place. So I guess whenever we come out your way, we'll just have to check
Yeah.
it out. So
We'll take off there in the bridge and John Martin. So I got idea for y'all.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, oh, bye, Betty. Thanks for coming in, though. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Everybody say bye to Betty. Bye.
See ya.
Um, Okay, so obviously then you've already investigated the church on the outside and stuff like that. What about the cemetery? Have you had a lot of
Yeah, we had some wild stuff in the cemetery. We investigated the cemetery first,
Oh,
and
okay.
the guy that uh, keeps does the upkeep on it, he just mows. He don't weed eat. So there's grass higher than the stones. He said they
Really?
didn't pay him for the weed eat. They just paid him for the mowing. And the he was telling us about some things, and he said he thought the world of that man and woman in there. And he was a white guy. He said he thought that was just about like family.
Right.
Uh, he told us their names. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. It's been a while back, and it came out on the Phasma box. My cousin asked a question. Uh, do you know such and such person? And it told us the guy's name that we was talking to, and he said he thought the world of y'all like that. And it come back and said, yeah, we liked him too. We thought that he was one of our own kids,
Wow.
and we actually had a B conversation with the spirits, and everything we said, they verified it, and what they said, and me and my cousin looked at each other because that's the exact words that guy told us, and it even called out both their names, the man and woman's name that was laying in the grave.
That is insane.
Yes. That's the reason why I like Phasmabox.
Yeah, that's something that we had talked about as a group to get one.
Yeah,
Um, I think it would be really cool. They're creepy sounding as it is anyway. Just anything
yeah,
that comes across it, it's like, ooh, what's
yeah.
that?
It's pretty accurate because it also told me to told us at night when we was in Virginia investigating, said watch him. And then that's when I had put my dad in the hospital that very night.
Oh yes, I
So,
remember you saying, yeah.
so that's really cool.
So, well, we still have about 10 minutes left. So,
We can go. I just hate that I was late. I was at work.
no, you are perfectly fine. Like I said, I just threw this at you, just or whatever. Because I even said at the beginning of the show, like, I don't know what to do by myself. I've
Yeah,
only ever had people on the show, and if I don't have people, then I don't do the show.
yeah.
And so, because I can't just come up with things to talk about. Like, I see you do it. I don't know how you do it.
I
I,
I just try to find something to talk about. That's
but,
all I do. Just whatever pops in my head, and that's it.
but Ruben did remind me of something. It is time for the big reveal, everyone. The Southerner who does not eat mashed potatoes, drink sweet tea, nor eat seafood. It is, in fact, Mr. Jonathan Myers.
Right, right.
Yay! Everybody now knows.
Yeah.
Now laugh at him.
I just don't see why you want to eat mashed taters. I mean, that's just nasty, 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 nasty. I ain't ready for that type of food yet. I'm still young.
Wendy Girls did say she messaged you this morning to ask if Sasquatch visited.
Yeah,
Uh, I
yeah.
knew it, she says. You were right, Wendy. Woo! Good job. Your prize is this show.
Fashion box. Told someone to settle down one time. Oh yeah, yeah. It told Joseph to sit down one time and hush up. It's already been taken care of. That's when we thought somebody was messing with the house that we was investigating, taking stuff, moving stuff, knocking stuff down. He was mad. He come down them steps just raising Cain. And all of a sudden that Phasma box come out through there and said, just calm down. It's been taken care of. And he just had that weird look on his face like somebody had done touched him. I mean, that
I
was
mean, I'm
really,
just saying, if something on the other side was all like, you need to calm down, I'd be like, I'm calm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, so, Tammy, she is somebody who is here to literally learn more, Jonathan, just so you know. She has asked me a lot of questions, so I invited her to come watch my shows and stuff, and to have like people like you on that can help educate her a little more. But anyway, she said not eating mashed potatoes feels like a sin. No, and the other thing is I did forget to say, he does not like casseroles either.
No, no.
Is it just like any and all casseroles,
Or any
or?
rolls. They just don't sound good. Just
Oh man, I just don't know.
yeah. Well,
Wendy girl, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well, Wendy girl says if I didn't live on the other side of North Carolina, I'd show up at his door wearing Bigfoot costume and a bowl of mashed potatoes. I like her. I like her a lot.
I probably wouldn't open the door.
You go open the door for Bigfoot, Wendy. I'll be on the outside of the windows with some black around my eyes.
I'll say you can come on in, but leave your taters outside. I got
Like, come on in, cryptids. No food.
I
No,
got you.
no food.
Got you some Jack Link beef jerky in here. Yeah, yeah. It's just like I always tell everybody. You just gotta learn. You just gotta watch people and pay attention. And
Yep.
that's what I've always told everybody that ever wants to try the paranormal and stuff like that.
Right. She said, might need spare pants. um, so since you mentioned it, can you explain to us what a phasma box is and how it works? Oh,
It,
never mind. Hold on a second. Tammy, I was doing that for you, but okay, you have a good night, and then you can come back. He's going to explain that, okay? So you can learn a little more. Okay, go ahead, John.
the Phasma box. It's um, a app that comes on your tablet, and you got to have Windows, I think it is, to run it because it is a little bit stronger than just a regular app that we use on our phones or our regular tablets and stuff. But it does cost you a little bit, and I don't know how much it is for you. I don't know how much my cousin pays for it, but it was so accurate that I would put 99% of my faith into it because of the accuracy that we've got so far that we've used it when she comes to investigate with us. You can hook it to any kind of speaker and it will do the same thing as a spirit box, but it does not have the white noise. So it's just it don't scan the frequency and it's not a word bank, I don't believe. It's just got it just automatically random whatever it says, it just spits it out.
Right.
So that is one thing. I think I like that and the regular spirit box the best just because of that reason. I'm not a really big fan of apps, but I would put 99% on that one.
Okay. And that's good to know because that's been a hot topic recently. It seems like is how much stock do we put into these apps?
Yeah,
I personally am not a big fan of them because of who my husband is. I know that he can program apps,
yeah,
and anybody can put in there, hey, when this very specific question is being asked, your response should be XYZ, you
yeah,
know. And so I know that, and that's why I don't put much stock into it.
yeah.
One that you have to pay for though, and seems to actually respond, or and not respond even. You know what I mean? Like if you should ask a certain question and you get no response, that shows a little more legitimacy to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they pay about they say anywhere from 40 to 50, $60 a year, I believe, but I could be wrong. It's just that's what I was doing some research on at the time, but I could be wrong. It could be less than that a year or more than that a year. So I don't know how they do their payments, like monthly or yearly
Right.
or whatever.
Right. Well, in order to find the one that you particularly use, if you could just go into your app and see if you can't share it out, and then that way we can find
I
that exact one.
I don't know if it's on the app itself. You have to go. You have to Google it first to see if it'll work for Android or iPhones and stuff like that, or iPads or whatever. Because they do have separate degrees of what it will is compatible to.
Okay, I gotcha. Um, Dina, I like comparing. I've run Necrophonic up against a Necrometer. Is that like versions of a Phasma box, or I don't even know what those are.
They're same thing, but it's the I don't like the Nicrophonics because it does have a little bit more. To me, I can't make out the words. Same thing with the Spirit Box. That's the reason why I ask everybody, will you check it out and see if y'all know what y'all hear and let me know. Some things I can, but I just can't do it. But we tried the Nicrophonics app up there at the mall one time, and we couldn't get it to respond to
Right.
some things.
Um. Oh, they're both apps. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I. I was. This is referring to Vicky saying, yeah, I realized what a Phasma box is, and I think it's a really fascinating concept because I like the muted noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I hate that static that's just
Yeah.
oh, it drives me insane. Especially when we're doing the why am I going so blank today? When we do the
Spirit box.
no uh glasses
Estes.
Estes method. So that's what I do. I put that in my ear and then put the
Yeah.
sound deafening my headphones on or whatever. So um oh, I didn't know that. Mr. Fedora says a little newer feature for channels is that are in the YouTube program is called hype. If you can hype up Abyss and crossover, how do you do that? I didn't even know that was a thing. Stress? Oh, you're saying a white noise? I'm like making the noise like what? uh, well, and it doesn't give me a headache necessarily when it's just okay. So my thing is though, all that static too. It's almost like it's hard to define words out of that noise, if you ask me, because especially because the way it's scanning all the time, whatever. It's too easy to say that was definitely music. But I'm listening to a radio. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Essentially, and Jesse hates that thing. Um, but not and the same thing with words. Like if you say a certain word, even if you say it quickly and backward, it still could sound like what?
Yeah.
Yes, nope, yellow. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Anything. And so I don't know. That thing drives me crazy. Drives me
Yeah,
nuts.
I do like my Spirit Box, but there is a setting on it where I used to do it with 150, but now I go down a little lower. I think it's like 200, and it's not 200, but 100, and it will just barely move, and it don't have a lot of static in it.
Oh, gotcha. So
Yeah,
we on ours specifically, we turn ours to the AM frequency because it's uh, less opportunity for music and talking and stuff like that
yeah,
because there's nobody on AM anymore, and we have it going reverse.
yeah.
And I think we have a varying degree in which we use the speed. Like I myself, I think I keep mine on 150. I don't know what Vicky puts hers on, but Ruben wants you to know that he believes in Gizmo.
Yeah. Now, Gizmo's out in the truck. I think he fell asleep.
Uh, so Mr. Fedora says your video has to be less than 7 days old. Then look where you like a video or send a super chat. You will see a hype there. Click it, and there you go. Huh. Okay.
I'll give it a shot next time.
Dina, I'll believe in a manual music box. Can you imagine trying to get somebody to communicate? Do, do, do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do.
But, I'm going to try to fix my car because we actually made us a REM pod, and I'm going to try to fix it into my car that we got. So when instead of having the beeping sound, it'll just have the headlights and tail lights come on when something touches it. So I'm going to try that. I got to figure out how to run all that and take the sound out where that beeping sound. I'm just going to fix it where the headlights come on, tail lights come on when something touches the antenna.
You hear that? Did you hear him?
No, I'm sorry.
Do you have a delay?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That,
gotta let Randy hear that.
What did you
that
say?
way it won't scare the spirits or nothing like that. I figure sometimes that noise, that loud beep noise, will scare the spirits away,
Probably because they're
especially
like,
kids.
oh, Mr. Fedora said he did yours today. Your video, Jonathan.
Yeah,
It's getting rolled out still. First time I seen it was today. Okay. Um, but no, you're absolutely right because we were talking about this last night actually on your show was having gadgets and gizmos, that people from back in those days wouldn't be able to affiliate or link with or connect to or whatever because they're so scary or loud or whatever, you know. So that makes a lot of sense. Get rid of the beeping and just, you know,
yeah. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna give it a shot. I just gotta get all the parts in so I can fix it up. So it's gonna
right.
be it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be time consuming because I
Oh
just
yeah.
ain't that good with hooking up wires and stuff like that without blowing up something.
Yep, definitely. All right. Well, that is 1 hour. So, if anybody, unless anybody has any other questions or statements or anything like that, you can just throw it in the chat real quick. I hate this delay. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see anything coming up yet. So, John, thanks for taking out of your. Oh, hold on. We got something. Ruben says you're the goat. And then Mr. Fedora said the biggest spirit box session is when I hooked my spirit box up to the local mall speaker system.
Yeah.
Had full access after hours to investigate the place. Ah, see, okay, so just so you know, Mr. Fedora, we have messaged you to come on the show to share some of your stories, and you haven't gotten back to us. I would love to have you on the show to talk about those things. That's crazy. I would love to know about that. Um, I missed a comment here. Oh, nope, not that one. That's why John keeps assuring spirit it will not hurt. Oh, yeah. Well, but still, if I mean, I'm just saying, some stranger walked up to me with a doll and says, "It's not going to hurt, little girl." I'm going to be like, "You're a creepy dude. Get away from me." I'm just saying, you can
Yeah.
assure me all you want. Doesn't mean I trust you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wendy, don't open your door tonight, John.
I done got it padlocked and I done started looking out the window.
Let's see. And then I have not seen the messages. Oh, okay. See, look for Vicky. Vicky is the one who would have messaged you. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So, Mr. Fedora, we'd love to have you on the show. So, just reach out to us if you're interested. So, um, all right, John. Thanks for the last minute come on. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem.
And we look forward to talking to you some more and seeing your investigations.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So,
I'm glad I can come. I hate I was late, but I was just getting off work.
don't even worry. Don't even worry about it. I actually was able to pull it off a little bit. It was a little awkward at first, but I did it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, guys, everybody